Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the car boot crafter, and I'm coming on with, well, it's a VR and a share. I'm sharing this project and I'm doing the VR because this is for Amber Kintyre's challenge. So she's got a challenge going on at the moment. It goes on until the 15th of June, so plenty of time still to get an entry in. What she wants is VRs, comment on 6 of her videos, but also to send in a postcard from about where you're from, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description box below, that you'll be able to get more information from it. But basically what she wants is a 6x4 postcard which depicts something about where you're from. So obviously I'm a Birmingham girl, a Brummie, born and bred, and so I had to think about some of the most iconic things about Birmingham. I mean, there is tons and tons to choose from, but this is what I've come up with. So we've got at the back here, you can see there's the Selfridges building, which is covered in these sort of metal looking discs all over it. Very strange looking building, very sort of organic. It's very curved and shaped, supposed to be shaped like a woman. I can't see it myself, but there you go. So you've got the Selfridges building. You can't do anything about Birmingham anymore without including the Peaky Blinders. So this is a picture from the TV series. I did kind of debate as to whether to put a photo of the actual Peaky Blinders, because there are some photos, some mugshots really, of people that were in the Peaky Blinders gang. But then I thought nobody's going to kind of understand who they were, I guess. Whereas this is from the TV series, which most people are familiar with, I guess. Then we've got the Rotunda, which I had to include. That's been around. I mean, I can't remember it not being around. I don't even know when it was built, but that's been on the Birmingham skyline for a few decades now, probably 6, 7 decades maybe. And then we've got the new bull. So this is our new bull. We used to have a very stylized, strange looking bull on the side of the bull, because you've got the Bullring Shopping Centre, which has always been in Birmingham. Apparently going back in time, there was a bull ring, which is not like the Spanish bull ring, you know, bullfighting or any of that. It was a bull ring where they used to sell livestock, including bulls. So our Bullring Shopping Centre had a very strange stylised bull on the front of it, and lots of people have said that actually they thought it was a dinosaur, because the tail looked more like the head of a dinosaur than anything. So yeah, it was very odd looking. But we now have this dinosaur, a bronze one, and he dresses up for lots of different events. So you'll see him with a Christmas hat on at Christmas. He gets dressed up for St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, anything like that, and they dress him up. There's also in Erdington, there's a bust of some Birmingham guy. I can't remember who it is, but that gets dressed up regularly as well, often seen with a Halloween mask on, or a Christmas Santa's hat, or some Valentine's decorations on him. So we've got a few statues around the city that we like to dress up. Why not? So so that's about where I'm from. But I thought I'd tell you some facts about Birmingham as well. Or more, are you even Birmingham if you don't, sort of thing. So one of the big things in Birmingham is about meeting at McDonald's on the ramp. Everybody knows where McDonald's on the ramp is in Birmingham. If you say it to anyone local, they know exactly where you mean. And it's in town. There's a ramp up to one of the shopping centres, and there's a McDonald's halfway, and it's one of those most popular meeting points in the city. There's also a tunnel as you're going round the city centre, which we don't call the city centre, we refer to its town. So if you want to go into the city centre, you say, do you want to go to town? Are you going to town? Don't know why, always has been. But in the city centre, there's sort of an inner ring road, and we've got the Queensway Tunnel, and it is a thing that if you go through the Queensway Tunnel, you have to hold your breath. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. If you're going through the tunnels, you must hold your breath. It is law. And everybody, when they were teenagers, would always go to the Oasis Market. I used to love it when I was a teenager in the 80s. Going through the Oasis Market, it was always very dark and a bit scary, and it was like a bit like a labyrinth. And there were clothes, and there was piercings, and there was tattoos and all sorts. As you were walking through this market, it's an indoor market, and you could easily get lost. And I'm sure there's probably still some people from the 80s lost down there somewhere. Oh yeah, we're famous for something like the Balti Triangle, which is sort of Ladypool Road, Stony Lane, Stratford Road, around that area. And you have to be a Brummie to know where the Balti Triangle is, because only proper Brummies can handle a proper Balti. Another famous part in Birmingham, in town, in the city centre, is Pigeon Park. So we've got St Philip's Church, and well, it's not a church, is it? It's a cathedral, and you have to go to Pigeon Park. There's loads of pigeons there, but you go there to sit on the grass next to the graves and the kind of the headstones. You sit on the grass to have your lunch. It's just one of those things that we do in Birmingham. One of the things that I really hate about well, not about Birmingham, about what people think about Birmingham, is that nobody can do the accent. Everybody does it wrong, and a lot of people will do a Black Country accent thinking it's Birmingham, and it's not. I know that and we always refer to the Black Country as yam yams, just because the way they talk. So yam yams, people from the Black Country, Wolverhampton, Walsall, Dudley, all that side, they are very different from Brummies, and Brummies are very different from the Black Country. And although we get on and we love each other, I'm sure, we are very different. But I think only people from the West Midlands understand that. I don't know whether people outside of the West Midlands get that the Black Country and Birmingham are very different. We're next door to each other, but we're very, very different. Oh yes, now one of the things, and I've written it on the back actually, in fact I'll read what's on the back. So Birmingham is the most inland city in the UK, so you can't get further inland than Birmingham if you're after a city. There are 1.15 million residents in Birmingham, and that, because I work for the local authority, I work for the city council, that is one of the things that the city council seems to be very proud of, that there's 1.15 million residents, and I believe that is the biggest city in Europe. So that's Birmingham. It's also referred to as the city of 1,000 trades, because there's just so many different trades in Birmingham, and lots of factories and things like that, as you would imagine. And we have our own, there's a jewellery quarter, and you can go along there and you can watch people making jewellery in the, handmade jewellery in the kind of the old-fashioned way, with these sort of desks that go round you, and there's got a little apron to it, and they will hand make specific to your order jewellery of all sorts. But there's a Chinese quarter by the Arcadium. There's there used to be the Irish Centre, which is now no longer in town or in the city centre. That's moved over to King's Heath. So and talking about the Irish Centre, we have the biggest St Patrick's Day parade in the country, in England, I think, certainly in England. I don't know, I guess Belfast, well, I know Dublin will, but that's not in the UK, is it? yeah, I think we're probably, are we bigger than Belfast? I don't know, but yeah, it's one of the biggest ones anyway, and has been going for years and years. I remember taking my children when they were very, very young to the St Patrick's Day parade when it first started, and it is a huge draw for the city. And it's not just about St Patrick's Day, you get people from all nationalities and walks of life. You'll have Bhangra dancing, you'll have oh, drums of different sorts, you'll have Caribbean, oil drums, all sorts going on, loads and loads of stuff going on. You will also, what else was there? There is, oh yes, and we've got the biggest Christmas market in Europe, which I was really surprised. I know it's big. It covers most of our city centre, certainly up New Street, up past the council houses, and across out to the front of our new library. We've just had a new, well, it's there, been there a few years, but we've got a new library. It goes all the way across there. We've got all sorts in Birmingham going on. Yeah. Oh, and that was another thing. That's another record breaker. The number 11 bus. The number 11 bus does the outer circle all around Birmingham. So you can catch it sort of 10 minutes from where I live, 10-15 minutes from where I live. And you can travel all the way around the outer circle, either anti-clockwise or clockwise, which is 27 miles. So you can buy a day saver for £4, or if you're going and not getting off the bus, it's just £2, and you can travel 27 miles around the outskirts of the city city. And when I was much younger, we had a fundraiser called the Birmingham Walkathon, and the walkathon was to walk that 27 miles on one Sunday afternoon. Most of the day. But there was me, my sister, my mum, her friends. There was loads of us used to, and there was thousands of other people. And we would walk around the whole of the city, you know, following the number 11 bus routes to raise money for charities, different charities. You used to get a ticket, and you used to get it stamped at all the different stops to prove that you'd walked. There was no jumping on the bus because the bus route didn't run that day because everyone was walking it. And we used to walk around it 27 miles. But I know we didn't, but I know lots of people as well who during the summer holidays, those long summer holidays in the 70s and 80s, their mom used to give them a sandwich, a bottle of pop, and the bus fare, stick them on the number 11, and their summer holidays were spent going round and round on the number 11 bus, because it takes a couple of hours, 2.5, 3 hours to do the full circuit of the number 11 bus. Amazing. And I think that's probably one of the longest bus routes in Europe as well, possibly. Regular bus route, not kind of like coach route or anything like that. We've also got our own walk of stars, and of course you'd have people like Ozzy Osbourne and Jasper Carrot, if you remember, are on there. We've got a building in Birmingham called, it used to be Rackham's years ago, the back of Rackham's became synonymous with ladies who were earning their money in a different way. So you'd hear certainly people of my mum's generation saying, "Oh, she's going round the back of Rackham's," or if one of the neighbours had something new, "Oh, she's been round the back of Rackham's," to earn a bit more cash. A bit derogatory, but it became a bit of a kind of, I don't know, a gentle rebuff, or a bit of a kind of gentle tease, if you like, the back of Rackham's. It's not called Rackham's anymore. I think it's probably the House of Fraser or something like that. And one of the other things is it's mums, M-O-M-S, not mums, M-U-M-S. We talk about gambols, you know, when you do a roly-poly. That's a gambol, that's not a roly-poly. Traffic islands, cobs, all sorts of slang words that we use in Birmingham that I don't know anyone outside of the West Midlands that would use them. Anyway, do go over to Amber's channel, have a look at the challenge, and get it in before the 15th of June. And there are some fabulous prizes as well, but I'll leave the link in the description box below. Do go and have a look, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.